The problem that they're going to face is that because they have so much knowledge now that they can draw upon to make arguments about structural oppression, they will find that many people that they are going to engage, the judges in the back of their debates who are majority white and want to believe in a Obama post-racial America, is the same problem that they're going to face with Urban Debate League administrators who don't understand that it's not okay to pimp the children out to the news and tell stories about their drug-addicted parents or their, horrible communities that they come from because there's drugs there and everybody's in jail, everybody's committing crimes. There's this narrative of get out of the hood that comes out of those discourses from places like the Urban Debate League's administrators or even any nonprofit, right? If you look at how nonprofits argue to funders to give them funding for inner city youth, that narrative is pretty much the same. They're going to tell the same, oh, woe is me, downtrodden, won't make it anywhere without these kind of programs kind of narrative. And so when our students stand up and say, no, I refuse to be agentless in these discussions, but I will invest in these discussions and invest in my community, and I won't allow you to pay lip service to diversity while not realizing that diversity is not just a question of including bodies that look different. Diversity is a question of changing the very systems in which you include new people into. So no debate can't look the same after the Urban Debate League, because before the Urban Debate League, debate was so completely majority white and male that when you start to add more women, when you start to add people of color, when you start to add gays and lesbians, when you start to add people from international countries, then you're going to find that the activity itself starts to reshape itself. We are before our time, right? And so these kids are before their time. They're before people are ready to hear what they are about to say. And so that's the previous part of the question, which is why they need the collective, because this is the problem they're going to face. It's not that people don't want to listen to them. They want to listen to urban youth because they want to think that they feel good about themselves because they're listening to urban youth. But when urban youth starts saying things that equivalently amount to this system that you have created is flawed, there's no tinkering with this system, there's no reform that will resolve any of these issues, that we're going to have to fundamentally restructure our society in a way that is not anti-black, that is something very difficult for those who believe in America as this image of, justice and equality and liberty. That's very difficult for those people to hear. So they're going to face that problem. There are going to be people who say, you are not right. These are not issues. This is not correct. And they're going to have to learn to stand firm, to stand up for their arguments, to build their arguments, to read more, to engage more so that they have more to say and more examples to draw on. But the end result is that's the problem. I mean, I face that problem as an academic just writing for journals where they say, no, are you sure this is about race? Are you sure this is an issue of blackness? Because I really see class operating here as if I have not always already included class in an analysis of blackness, right? So our kids are going to face that problem. But again, let me refer back to why this is amazing. They are facing these problems at 16 and 17, right? Which means by the time they are 25 and in positions of authority wherever they're going to go, their ability to have these conversations will be, so much stronger. They'll be so much better at what they're doing. So that's a problem, but it's also how we learn. It's how we've gotten where we are to even being able to have an Eddie Conway Liberation Institute. Because when I started this game, there was me at the top of the game and a few other black men, right? Now we are, uniting the crowns and winning major national championships at both the high school and the college level. Now we're building our own institutes. We don't have to separate and be the only black person at the various institutes around the country. We can now sustain our own programs and sustain our own students and teach them what we have been taught ourselves. So I think that it's a problem, but it's the training ground, right? And the most important thing we can teach our students is that a problem, no, one monkey don't stop no show, right? A problem is not a reason to break their concentration. It is an obstacle to be overcome. That's why debate practice is important, because when you lose, right, you go back and you revise and you rework and you come back to try to win again. That is a lesson, right, that African American kids, really any students of color that live in a society that's majority white and classes, that's a lesson they have to learn.